Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers. The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
12. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. On deck, punt. Mike, check, 59.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now a first down throw. Lock. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 50, it's low. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Catch made by Slayton. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Lamar Miller. Touchdown, Carolina. Lamar Miller, 38 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their own. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Ricky.
Hey, Haywood. Leo. Go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Elliott. And And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there raining.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Fights through him. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
I'm here all day.
He gets it to Thomas. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, 45 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Let's go, baby.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 53. I got one. Check it backer.
You draw Corker.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sean Lee, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So on the heels of the sack, they knock him backwards in the running game.
So now it's up to the offense coordinator talking directly into the helmet of his quarterback to instill a little bit of confidence here. Call the play with authority, call with confidence, and let him know this one is the winner.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Off of play action, it's McSorley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go. Calm the crowd. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Quote. 11B. Hey, wahoo!
To throw is Locke. Drops it off for Coleman. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Locke. This one is Slayton over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Option right, it's locked. A first down carry now for Miller. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch your leg. Kill. Let's go, Mexico. That's mine. Here we go. Mike 5'9", 12. Watch the curl. Ready.
Now Luck. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DeAnthony Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 27, McSorley. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterback's like, and he loses the football the 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Cameron Wake able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
3 down. Check 3.
On 3rd down, Elliott able to slither by. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go. Safe. Whip. Watch the whip. Topper. Ready.
On On fourth down, here's McSorley. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. 10th carry now for Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from the 20 as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. On first down, it's Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Ready!
Let's get some penetration here.
Now on second and 13. Luck on the screen. This is Coleman. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
51 to Mike.
Block on third down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down run for Elliott, not going to pan out. He'll, in fact, wind up losing a couple. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be second and 12. Here's McSorley to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On third down, it's McSorley. Completes it to Lee. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Here we go. 60 or.
First down, Seattle.
Hey, 2. Stay trip.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Lee. As the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's third down.
Down. 18, Gator. Look at me. Zipper. Yo, go.
54. I'm coming for you. You mine. Right there. 54, right there.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
D, let's go. All right, D. Out.
Rocket, snipe.
They go play action now with McSorley. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Check out. 5, 6, 7. 5, 11 feet.
Get this. Check 59.
Go.
59. Mike to 59.
No gain on this.
Luck looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
One set. Check Mike 50.
Go.
Mike 54. Here we go.
Ready?
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley. On the crossing route, complete. It's Lee. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Elliott on first down going absolutely nowhere. So he'll lose about 3 on the play. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Now on 2nd and 13, McSorley. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Mexico.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the twist.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's what I do. Mike, check, 59.
Here's Luck. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
You ain't got nothing.
Jim.
Hey, check.
51 to 5.
3rd and long. It's locked. It's caught. Humphreys. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go, Jack Griffin. Steve Griffin.
McSorley, 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Let's
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Elliott running right, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Don't be scared of it. Shift! Watch the shift! General West!
Check 24, check 24.
Smooth!
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. And that'll do it for the end of the season. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check, tight right. Solo up there, check the outside there. Hey, Haywood!
Got 4 now, 4
Crystal and Travis. Go!
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
On the ready.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Check 3. 6-6, bullet high. Shoot!
McSorley from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Let's get it.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, come on now. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That's it.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Pilot 64, weak.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. That's Elliott, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Check out. 290.
59. Check right.
Wait for him.
Mike 5-9. It's a party now.
Go ahead.
It's a party now. Check 13. Check 13.
From the 31, Luck. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here's Austin. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Fourth quarter. We've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. No running room for Zeke on 1st down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Hey.
Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 8 read.
Let's go. You got tape. You got tape right there.
61, matchbox lights. Let's go.
McSorley sets to pass. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Seahawks.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
He was brought down by Josh Norman. 2 yards on the carry. It's 2nd and 10.
218, chop.
Panthers 28-yard line.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Ready.
Now a give, right side. Elliott, and a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
That's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
You got motion man right there. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. I'm here all day.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.